Terrie Lowden is an animal rescue supporter and entrepreneur. She and her husband John enjoy completing projects around the house and traveling whenever possible.
I've been in Florida for about 15 years, originally from Northeast Ohio. I manage sales teams in call center environments. I also like to do gardening around here. Love Bichons and Bichon Rescue, so we support Small Paws Rescue. We have a yearly picnic for the Bichons, and that is a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of activity, and fast pace. So it's good to be able to move when you're doing those things.
But Terrie lived for many years with pain in two areas of her spine that radiated outwards to other areas of her body, forcing her to slow down and reconsider those activities she loved doing.
On the cervical pain, I had a car accident probably about 12, 13 years ago, and they didn't think there was any damage from that right after the accident. And I don't know if that helped with it or if it's just a genetic thing. My brother had a lot of neck problems also. And it would feel on the neck, it would hurt to turn it a little, but it would mostly feel in my shoulders. It would feel like someone had hit me with a baseball bat. Doing any activity would tend to make that ache, so then I couldn't do anything for a while. My lower back, I used to stand up wrong and throw my back out of place. Don't know why, just how it happened. And that happened for probably 30 years. And so I dealt with that. I would throw it out of place at least once every year to 2 years. And from then it would be really difficult to move. I went to chiropractors, had massages. Can't do a lot with massages. I have fibromyalgia, so a massage hurts. The muscles just ache when I get a massage. So nothing was helping with that. With both the neck and the lower back, I would put ice on and take ibuprofen. And that was the only relief I would get.
She reached her tipping point when a trip to the chiropractor resulted in the worst pain she had yet to experience. But after seeing the results of her family members who had already undergone the Bonati spine procedures, she knew where she could turn to for pain relief.
The chiropractor had tried traction on me the last time I went, and the traction made it so much worse. It was good when it was happening, but then as everything started settling back in, it made the pain unbearable. And so at that point I had to do something else. And my brother and sister-in-law have both been to Bonati's, and they gave glowing recommendations. And so when it was time to seek treatment, that's where we went. The compassion and the care was amazing from every single person there. I never felt like anyone was impatient with me. I never felt like everyone or anyone wanted to hurry me through or didn't want the questions I would ask. Everyone at the Bonati Institute was fabulous. Dr. Bonati actually reviewed all of the MRIs with me, and that was really interesting. He would go through the different areas of the MRI, and he said, "Don't tell me, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you and tell me if I'm correct." And so he did, and he hit a few points that I hadn't connected with my neck. Things like, he said, "I bet you don't like riding in the car, that you complain a lot." And he looked at John and said, "She complains about you driving, doesn't she?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "That's this right here. That's what's causing it." And it was true. I get motion sick in cars, not nearly as bad now as I did prior to the surgeries. Didn't realize that all of those were part of having the nerves be impinged in my neck. So he went through every area. We talked about what the problems were, what the treatment would be, and did I think it was worth what we were going to have to do, and if the pain was bad enough so that did I really want to have it fixed. So we went through all of it.
Using the conscious IV sedation technique, Bonati surgeons are able to speak directly with the patients during the procedures to ensure they are both comfortable and eliminating the exact source of pain.
I actually had gone in on one day to have all of the MRIs done and the consultation, and my first surgery was the following afternoon. So they got me in for the first surgery very quickly. The first surgery was really easy. I was awake, but I did talk to them. They wanted to know what I felt. They would hit the nerves that were being pinched, and you can tell immediately that that is a problem nerve, because the same pain that you would have going down my shoulders, I could feel when they would touch it. And they would clean up around it so you could hear a little bit of what they were doing, but you could see it on the screen that you were looking at. So that was interesting to me, wasn't scary. Then after the surgery, went into the recovery, got my coffee. That was the first surgery. Dr. Lisplanels was my surgeon. And after that surgery, I did have a little bit of fun with him. Teased him a little bit, so I made him a little nervous, thinking that maybe I had a twitch I didn't have before the surgery. But he has a great sense of humor, and everybody, all of the staff there was phenomenal.
Terrie had 4 cervical and 3 lumbar spine procedures over 6 months in early 2016. But her recovery process was so easy, she vacationed out west between procedures.
The surgeries that I had, actually, I recovered very easily from, I would say. I actually went to work the following afternoon from each surgery, so I didn't take a lot of time off with it. I healed very well from them, had surgery about every 2 weeks or so before we went on vacation. So the surgery started in late January of 2016, and then in early April we went for an Army reunion and flew out to Phoenix, and then went to Las Vegas, and then up to the Grand Canyon, Utah, and had a fabulous vacation we had been looking forward to for over a year. That vacation was a lot more enjoyable because I didn't have the neck pain, didn't have shoulder pain, could move around, wasn't car sick when we were driving, and I attribute all of that to having the surgeries ahead of time. So the vacation that we waited so long for and looked forward to was really enjoyable.
In addition to her memorable vacation, Terrie is now back to doing all the things she loves. She is free of pain and no longer fears pain may stop her from enjoying all of life's simple pleasures.
I'm able to now do the gardening, play pool, play with the Bichon. I can pick Tuffy up without wondering if I'm going to throw my back out of place when I stand up with him. I don't worry about doing things now that I used to be concerned. I used to be a little skittish about doing anything that required a lot of standing up, picking things up, or a lot of fast movements for fear of throwing my lower back out. I've not had any issues at all since I had the surgery. I have a business, Step Safe Sandal Strap, and I make sandal straps for the back of heelless or strapless sandals. It helps you walk easier with them. And I wasn't able to work on those products because sitting and working at a sewing machine would just make my shoulders and my neck ache. And so now I can sit there for hours working on it without a problem. My father has Alzheimer's, and so every time we spend with him is precious. So now we will actually pick him up and take him and walk around Baywalk or go down by the pier and just have an enjoyable day with him. And now it's a lot easier. I don't have to worry about being in pain when I'm doing that. I don't have a problem walking, don't have a problem doing the gardening or playing with our Bichon. So the surgery's made a huge difference.